Hello, hello, hello. So, just going to cover a couple of quick things. Going to cover a couple of quick things, yes. Um, so, I was with a group of fellas tonight, and it in the discussion of what we would consider normal, there was some complaint about men were complaining about their lives and struggling with relationships, struggling with all kinds of things. And it just came so clear to me tonight that living in the world of right and wrong, good and bad, right? The dualistic world doesn't work. It just doesn't work. So I don't know if you know what I mean, but I'm going to, well, I just kind of wrote it out. I said here, is what you think you know really the truth? Are we addicted to our story? So our story about ourselves is often a victim story or a fear-based story. So as I said, often the story is fear, victim-based. The fear-based story says we can't, or that the deck is stacked against us, that we are not smart enough or strong enough. And the victim-based story is much the same. But with the victim-based story, often we're blaming somebody. We blame the education system, or we blame our job, or we blame the government, or we blame God, or but something outside of us went wrong, and that's why things aren't working. What if they're both lies? What if neither of those things are true? And that in the dualistic world, there's no possible way to get it right. You can't get it right. But here we are chasing this illusion of getting it right or being good. And it's all judgment, it's all subjective. It can't happen because it's not true. It doesn't exist actually. The only thing that exists is this moment. Everything else is story. And I know it's hard to see. I get it. It's hard to perceive that we're mostly living in a concept world. We're living in this idea of good and bad and right and wrong, and we're chasing feeling. We're chasing trying to feel good. We're trying to feel love, and we're trying to feel secure. And there's none of that. There's no security except in this moment. And and so I was trying to explain to the men that I had this amazing experience of when I talked about it a few days ago. My motorcycle fell off when I was putting it in the back of a truck off the ramp, and and how I realized in that moment of kind of a peak situation of things going what we would call wrong, that I experienced, yes, the what happened, but no blame, that I had gotten free of the victim story, like free of the victim story. It was like, oh my gosh, my whole life, unconsciously, I had blamed people. And so, and one of the fellows said, well, what happens when you fall off of that train? I said, well, there is no falling off of that train when you've discovered the now. When you've discovered, call it what you want, call it God, call it universal intelligence, call it, just call it now. Right now, nothing is missing. It's so pure. It's so real. Nothing is missing. So when we're living in fear or living in judgment or living in self-pity, we're not here. We're not here. We're caught in this world of thinking and emotions. And so just play with it a bit, just entertain the idea, the as an experiment. Just entertain the idea as an experiment that what we believe about ourselves is not true. There's no I even. And, who are you? We're just this story of made up ideas. So I encourage you to just look deeply into this, and when we're here right now, in this moment, nothing is missing. There's nothing else. This is it. We're just here. Everything else is a story. So just feel that, breathe that. Be here now. Freedom is in this moment. Freedom from fear, freedom from the fear of the opinion of others, fear of financial insecurity. Freedom is in this moment, and also in this moment is we automatically know, what's next. So it just becomes obvious. Things just show up, and there's no necessarily there's no cause and effect because there's just now. There's nothing to cause and effect. I know that's a bit of a reach, but just practice being here now. Breathe and just be here. In this moment is love. In this moment is freedom. And nothing is missing. Okay, that's kind of my message. I'm going to read again I've been reading this every night, and because this is a lot of the message from the Tao-te-ching is about introducing ourselves to this moment, to now. I don't know if my message is, but what do you think? Tell me, feel into it. Is there anything outside of this moment, really? If there is, it's in the story. It's like, oh, he did this or she did that, or what if they said that? It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just bullshit. Poor me nothing. In the 12th step where we say, poor me, pour me another drink. Self-pity always brings us to that, right? And fear brings us to that. And, these are the roads we ride to misery. And if nothing's missing, there's nothing to get. There's nowhere to be except here. But we're struggling. We think we'll be happier over there. Well, there's no happy. It's just now. Anyway, I could go on forever about this. I love it. Okay, this is from the Tao-te-ching. It's chapter 31. There's only 2 paragraphs, maybe 3. And it says, weapons are the tools of violence. All decent men detest them. Really. Weapons are the tools of fear. A decent man will avoid them, except in the direct necessity, and if compelled, will use them only with the utmost restraint. Peace is his highest value. If the peace has been shattered, how can he be content? His enemies are not demons, but human beings like himself. He doesn't wish them personal harm, nor does he rejoice in victory. How could he rejoice in victory and delight in the slaughter of men? He enters a battle gravely, with sorrow, with great compassion, as if he were attending a funeral. Beautiful. Tao-te-ching. Get this book. Get this book. Make it a part of your, of your study. I mean, it's interesting that we call it a journey, and where the journey goes is to now. But we call it a journey because I don't know. We don't know how else to talk about it. But it is now. It's everything ever was, is, or will be is now. And Father tonight said, yeah, well, but what about, in 20 minutes from now? Well, there is no 20 minutes from now. In 20 minutes from now, when we arrive in whatever that is, we're there then. The now is always here. So it's not something to find. It's something that is. And in this moment, in this now, is freedom. Try it. In the back, Stephen Mitchell, who wrote this book, wrote a little piece about that chapter. Peace is his highest value. Peace means wholeness. That's all he wrote. Okay, love you guys. And Yeah, just, give it a little thought. Hey, Brent Bowman, good to see you. Love you. Give it a little thought, just as an experiment. As an experiment, just, you know, be here now. Okay, love you. If you're on YouTube, love it if you subscribe. Okay, cheers. Love you guys. Bye.